Welcome to The Call to Rise, the podcast for sacred rebels, visionaries, and conscious changemakers. Here we sit down with the people birthing the new earth, weaving ancient wisdom with modern strategy to build movements that heal, transform, and uplift our world. I'm Makenzie Darling, your host, inviting you into honest conversations, practical tools, and hard-won wisdom to awaken your power and to inspire you to answer the call to rise and to meet this moment in history. Welcome, everyone, to this week's episode of The Call to Rise. I am so excited because we finally have Master Mingtong Gu in the house. Welcome, Mingtong. We're so excited to have you and honored to bring your wisdom in here today.
Thank you so much, Makenzie. My delight to be here with this community.
A couple years ago, we literally ran into one another when you were one of the keynotes at Wisdom 2.0, and we've kind of just been weaving and trying to collaborate in some way or another the last couple of years. And you're really on the precipice of starting this grand movement called Coming Home to Embodied Awakening, which I'm excited to dive into a little bit later with our audience. But I would love to start off the conversation. A lot of our change makers and movement makers, the movement that they end up making actually is the story around pain to power, pain to purpose. And so what got you into Qigong and your life calling?
That's a great place to start. Yeah. First of all, I acknowledge, share, really enjoy our connection over the years. And now I see you're fulfilling your passion to work with movement leaders to fulfill your destiny. It's just so beautiful to see that. And I want to acknowledge, especially the time we're living in humanity right now is generating a lot of, this energy. It's like the energy when we recognizing the pain, recognizing the crisis, recognizing the urgency, but from a deeper place of appreciating life. So willing to, go far, let's say taking a risk, being radical, being different, being unique, being a black sheep of wherever you came from.
Amen to that. We got a lot of black sheep.
So I want to acknowledge all of you for that purpose, because I'm one of us.
Yes.
I'm one of us. So,
I see that.
Yeah, exactly. My story, it's fascinating. It's like looking back to our story, it's like we didn't, in some way, in the soul level, we choose to grow up in certain ways. But also feels like one thing leads to another. It's not like, I choose this way in order to make that happen, right? But in the energetic level, it's like everything coming together beautifully, it's like, yes. And I do feel it's true, my way of growing up as a child, including, adopted, including lived with 3 adopted families, and then came back to my birth parents, and this feeling of not belonging, the feeling of disconnected from, family, so to speak. Especially as a child, that was kind of strongest influence in my life, but also come out of a lot of gift come out of that. But I have to discover these gifts, slow, my own life journeys. And the second piece is more like this, obviously, the challenge of disease, such as I had a sclerosis and asthma, and supposed to be incurable, was able to recover from all that slow wisdom healing Qigong practice. But discover the deeper cause for that is the trauma, and the trauma of falling to a toilet. Back then in China, toilet means a big hole in a backyard, on the ground. So I was 6 years old. So the shit was to this level. And so it was total accident, obviously. But I lost conscious, and luckily for some whatever mysterious reason they came back. And so that trauma definitely caused the asthma condition. But what's fascinating is I choose not to remember mentally, consciously. It's like totally suppress the memory. And yet my body remembered, asthma. It's like you cannot easily breathe easily. It's like a life and death thing. So, and carry that all these years growing up in childhood. And then I searching, it's like, as we all did, like, especially for successful life, whether academic, whether business, whether, whatever accomplishment, a goal, external accomplishment. I think we all gone through that, but deep down, I wasn't happy. Even, I studied mathematics for 10 years and went to the PhD program in Harvard, and I wasn't happy. And realizing the deeper search is because I wasn't happy growing up in childhood. It's from the absence, from the pain, so to speak, I was searching for happiness. More, I think, than average people. People have enough happiness, they're comfortable, they're okay, but because I didn't have much, that's the seeking, the longing is stronger, right? And as we all know, as His Holiness Dalai Lama, putting out there beautifully, as all sentient being, we're all searching for happiness. That's our number one priority. So to acknowledge that priority is so important. Most of us does not acknowledge that. Even they're seeking, but they're unconscious of it. They're more like, living in life in survival level, so to speak. Then the next level is like thriving. But the deeper search underlying is searching for happiness. And in my journey, also realizing happiness is temporary. It depends on other people. If it depends on other people, circumstances, then it's not long lasting. It's problematic. It's still a good bonus to have. So I went to deeper search, searching for happiness inside me. Like maybe it's more on the words joy, the joy of life. And realizing that is possible. So that's kind of come out of my own life, from absence or lack of happiness, searching for happiness, and discover the joy inside me beyond circumstances. And so I think that's good enough to start.
That's a beautiful story. And I think that you're really pulling on so many threads that so many seekers and so many movement makers and change makers can feel at a deep level. I know that I can see myself in your story quite a bit, from that black sheep, not really feeling like you belong, to the trauma that comes and having to overcome that, and the continuously trying to seek and trying to find yourself and finding yourself on these grand adventures that many times can be very challenging, right? And that challenging adventure finally leads you to the threshold of your own inner exploration and joy. And I love that you bring up Dalai Lama into the conversation, because I was actually going to start with that. Like every time that I am in your presence, I feel like it's the same with the Dalai Lama. You just both have so much joy, so much childlike energy. I think that that's also true from all the great teachers, the spiritual teachers that I connect with out there, is that they don't have this heavy energy. It's actually really childlike energy that I feel from you.
It's it's like a paradox, on one hand, one of the most important experience and the teaching insight here with everybody is really embracing our pain. But by embracing the pain, you become lighter, you become more playful, you become more truthful to life. And there's a deep sense of freedom come out of that. And it's hard to explain logically, rationally. It's kind of irrational, so to speak. And, the way, I work with it is really about energy. It's like when you're embracing the bottom line of life, then you're rising from the bottom line of human experience to greater freedom, greater joy, greater love, greater compassion. And that kind of, this metaphor of the lotus, it's like you have to be in touch with the bottom line of life, the dirt in the lake. Then the steam can come out, the flower can blooming. We see the flower only, but what's feeding the flower is that life, that dirt, That's the soil. That's kind of every aspect of humanity. So one of the, the vision I'm leading the movement is not about, how are we spiritually enlightened? How are we transcending the pain, the discomfort, and the disease, whatever limitation as a human being. I'm inviting everybody to go deeper into the pain, into the most difficult part of us, and to discover true humanity. One of the pain, and really it's very tangible right now, I'm feeling, is not just the watching my kids lost in the screen, in the digital world, in the game, and start losing interest in real life here, and also disconnected from this bodily existence as human being. And then I see, everybody, same way, not just kids, everybody, including the challenge I'm facing every day between, this digital world and the real world of me existing right here with the body, with everything around me, with nature and so on. So that was kind of really shocking pain when I realized that. And so it's every day I'm living with my kids, see them. Every day I'm facing this. Then everywhere I go, see the humanity facing the same disconnection, same crisis without realizing it. It's like almost like, I'm truly feel like humanity is going slow suicidal and peaceful suicidal and gradual suicidal or slow suicidal, and by choice without knowing. And that's where the deepest pain I'm feeling. That's where I'm initiating this movement. It's like, it's scary. It's like, I know how important it is, how crazily important it is. It's way beyond, such a spiritual idea of enlightenment. It's returning to the home of this body, returning to the pain, returning to the discomfort, to returning to everything who we are, the truth inside of it, discover what life is about. That's just like the work most people doesn't want to do.
I want to pause for a quick moment. If what we're talking about today resonates with you, you'll want to check out the Movement Maker Incubator, my 6-month intensive where I guide sacred rebels and change makers to birth their own movements using ancient wisdom and modern strategy. You can join the waitlist and learn more about this sacred rite of passage for change makers at globalmovementmaker.com/incubator. That's what I was going to say, Mingtong. I really do think that it's the pathway of the warrior. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of bravery to choose to awaken and to walk that path of darkness. And I completely agree with you that no mud, no lotus. And strangely, by you really excavating the dark, you really find the light. And as Ram Dass says, I love that quote where he's like, keep your heart open in hell. And so many people, I think the majority of people, have been closing their hearts in hell and have been blinded and not really wanting to look at that. I know you can agree that that starts from a micro level and then it becomes macro, and that's what's called culture. My audience, the change makers and the movement makers, are the ones that walk that path, are the ones to really rise and meet this time in history. And so I'm wondering, like, what would you say to them? What are the challenges of leadership in this moment in time of helping to awaken the rest of the world?
Yeah, I think the challenge we're all facing is same, but especially leaders, because we want to make impact. Then energetically, we carry more, so to speak. The deep sense of urgency, passion, vision, and responsibility, but also the stake. It's because when you read something, you will go beyond the establishment, you go beyond the convention, you go beyond the normal sense of comfort, and to stretch yourself beyond your comfort zone to not only aligning your passions, but really carry, perceive this as energy. It's like how to aligning your own energy, internal energy, with the vision you carry and the energy field of humanity right now. How to dance with all these three things effectively. I think that is a deeper internal responsibility. And that's more than just strategy. That's more than, whatever marketing promotion needed, whatever, media channel you're reaching out. But that's that deeper energetic alignment. I think that is the challenge we're facing more than average people. Because if you want to impact other people, then you're impacted by others already more so than average people. So you have to recognize that. And in creating an internal self-regulate process to able to navigate that. Yeah. So on one hand, it's practical level is so important. It's like how to managing your stress, for example. But the stress is not just in mental level, not just in the emotional level. It's in the heart, in your body. It's inside of you. The tendency we all have, including the leader, tends to be mental. We have a vision, we have strategy, we have a goal to accomplish, we have all the problem to solve. Then we lost in the mental world and didn't realize is this physical world, this bodily existence is the temple, is who we are. And so the stress every day of life is inevitable, but the body carries the stress. But if you're not connecting with the body, then you don't realize how the body is carrying stress until you burn out, until you lost passion, for example, compassion fatigue, whatever, creativity fatigue, and everything start to happen, then other problem comes, relationship problems, money problem, whatever. Yeah. So that internal awareness of your body, connection with your body, managing your everyday stress is so important. And the tendency of thinking ourselves way out of stress, which is living in the body, is the most number one danger we face. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you can say regulating your energy, which is impacted by what are you doing, impacted by the world right now affecting us, internally able to regulate that, then you have a much greater chance to impacting others more effectively, confidently. And so that's the number one priority. I think it's very practical. And otherwise, we're going to run into the risk of burning out, but also health challenges. Yeah. And often, if we're diagnosed with health challenges, whether incurable or chronic or urgent, often we're thinking this is like a surprise. It's like, why me? I've been doing everything possible. Healthy way, happy way, passionate way, effective way. Why is it still happening? Mm-hmm. But the truth is the stress accumulate over every day, decades, including the past trauma. It's living in your body. Until you're taking care of this, something bad will happen sooner or later. It's inevitable. It's just inevitable. Mm-hmm. So sooner or later, we have to take care of this. And that is I'm so most passionate about, to helping the people, especially the leaders, to make sure you can do that internal work, that energetic work. Every day managing your stress, every day aligning your energy. So the benefit come out of that is you're able to aligning your body, your heart, your mind, your spirit. When that is aligned, then you're not just go out do the work. Not only you're feeling the passion, but your whole energetic is aligned with the purpose, with the vision. So the energy start to flow more effectively in whatever process you accomplish in your vision, your missions. And then people feel that. It's like this deep sense of not just confidence, not just mental confidence, or have done this years, is piece of cake. That's great. But the energetic alignment is carry this deeper authenticity, deeper presence, and people can feel it. It's like, yeah, I want to do this work with you. I want to, be part of this movement, be part of this experience. Yeah. And think that's the piece also most of us missing, and take us another level of not just awareness, but choice, commitment, continuous practice. And I wish, especially all the leaders, have some kind of spiritual energetic practice every day, able to taking care of the stress, every day can aligning deeply internally. And that's kind of one of my deepest wish and passion. So I want to share this openly with all of you here.
Yes, thank you. Such a gift, Mingtong. And I can feel your passion and I can feel your energy and presence. So thank you for that. Yeah, within my own Movement Maker incubator, one of the modules in there is around energy management. And I say that that's probably one of my hardest modules, somewhere that I continuously struggle with, because as you said, as a change maker, I'm so passionate. I'm such a type A personality. I have so much responsibility that I feel. I feel that urgency, right? And I think a lot of movement makers can also self-forget. They're like, I have this calling that is calling me forward. I can feel it from a higher purpose, calling me into service. And it's a real challenge to have the human Makenzie take care of human Makenzie. And then the challenge of like, well, I've got shit to do. And so I'd love to, for my own practice and for the people listening, what is an ideal daily practice that these change makers, these movement makers can do to be in right relationship with their calling and their humanity?
I love this question. And that's where the rubber hitting the road. Depends, of course, circumstances. If you're relatively, say, healthy enough to do everything you're doing, every day you wake up with enough energy, not only passion, mental energy, but physical energy, flexible enough, healthy enough to do what you're doing every day. That's great. But then in that level, I was suggesting between, 15 minutes, 30 minutes of practice every day. Still, managing the stress, aligning the energy, feel really you are in your best of self when you have a meeting, when you have, whatever you project you to accomplish. Yeah. So that's kind of one bottom line suggestion. And in case if you have more challenge already, such as health challenges, fatigue challenges, even experiencing burning out already and emotionally overwhelmed, whatever reasons, and then I would suggest why not more practice? 30 minutes to 60 minutes would be like minimum investment for yourself, for your life, and for your vision. So for them, visionary, I was suggesting you're not doing this only just like, the sake of maintaining it. Like I'm doing this for the vision. I'm doing this as well for myself, because without taking care of yourself, you cannot fulfill the vision. So link these two. Don't think, I'm only doing this for my health reason and doing some exercises. I'm only doing this for my vision, for my work. Mm-hmm. And the powerful work of the steps is like really about both, mutual. It's for yourself, for the vision as well. Imagine if you're doing this for the humanity, but including yourself as well. Never exclude yourself. It's like that's such important pieces. And for me, I cannot imagine do what I do without my own Qigong practice. It's just impossible. I'll be burnt out, many times already. And even just teaching a 30-day retreat by myself, just by myself on the stage, 8 to 10 hours every day for 30 days, almost nonstop. It's just impossible.
Right.
Because I'm doing the practice, only because I'm connect with my body, connect with energy. But this is ongoing, like I'm wearing so many hats, managing the centers and whole big online programs and big teams and outsourcing other, creating documentary films and media exposures, writing books and launching so many different projects at the same time. It's like, it can be so overwhelming, stressful. And I know it's challenging, but I tune into my body like, I need rest. I need practice. I need to align myself before fast-paced, jumping. It's like fast, slow down, fast, slow down. It's like this is a new rhythm we need for humanity now. It's like everything external calling us fast, faster, faster, and the digital world, the AI, whatever it might be, faster, faster. Now, like as human being, I'm reminding myself, I need to slow down. I need to slow down. So able to do both. Flow is fast paced, but slow down ourselves. And that's incredible practice, incredible discipline. It's not easy to do nowadays. So if I do it every day, you have 30 minutes, 1 hour practice, then I feel I'm more functional, more effective, but deeply more fulfilled. That's the most important thing. Often we find ourselves like, mentally realizing this goal, this should be like this, whatever. But does really fulfill you at the end of the day? Do you feel good, feel fulfilled? Yeah. And that's so important to tune in every day. It's not like, overall, I feel this is a good thing. But every day, bring that feeling of fulfillment. Yeah. And that takes time. That takes connection. One way is like, you cannot fulfill your life in general, no matter what you do, without connecting with your own body, period. Simple. You cannot fulfill yourself.
It reminds me of that quote, the slower you go, the faster you grow. And we have it like exact opposite, especially in the Western world. And I'm curious, it's funny, we haven't really specifically brought in Qigong into the conversation yet. I think probably a lot of our listeners know what Qigong is, but can you explain that? And then explain why you think Qigong is actually perfect for empowering your energy system, because that's really what it's here to do. Every episode of the Call to Rise podcast is about the changemakers and movements reshaping our world. But the podcast is just the beginning. On my Substack, I open the door wider, sharing my personal journey with movement makers, the wins, the struggles, and the behind-the-scenes rituals that help leaders birth what's next. If you're ready to go deeper into the frameworks and practices you hear me hint at here, join me at globalmovementmaker.substack.com.
So there's so many ways, I can share with all of you. First of all, it's like in the practical level, Qigong is something like super accessible for everyone, for any ages, any health condition, for any, belief system. It's not a belief system. So it's really connecting the mind with your own body, but it's not like you're sitting there not doing anything. It's like slow the movement. You discover the deeper experience of your body. And this movement is very gentle, soft. So anyone can do it. And most of the movement is by standing, but you can also do this movement by sitting. And then the second practice is like, these are not exercises, like does not require, strength and whatever it is. So everybody can do it. It's also slow movement. You learn to slow down your mind, slow down your pace, so you discover the deep experience. So by doing that, slow down, you discover the deeper sensation, feeling of your body, experience of life in your body, both comfortable and uncomfortable, and embracing both. So it's not rushing, it's not trying to fix all the problems, you're trying to get rid of this problem of bodily human experience. And so it's very meditative. And so that's the first quality. Secondly is beyond movement, it can do sound. Basically, that's tap into an emotional body, especially so good to release emotional stress every day, but also working with trauma in the past. We all carry trauma. And, you may have gone through so many therapies and work to a certain degree, but it's hard to reach into this body. Just slow mental therapy. Conversation. You can reach to the emotional layers, but the trauma is in your body already. So one of the most powerful practice we do is the sound healing, slow vibration, awakening your organ, your heart, your kidney system, digestive system, purification system, respiratory system, which store the emotion. And by using the vibration, just like when you hear the music, you feel better. But that's just temporary stimulation. When you do the practice continuously, using your internal voice, waking the energy associated with 5 organ system, then you're changing the emotional pattern installing a 5-organ system. And that truly transforming these emotional patterns come from trauma. And that's not only the best way, might be the only way you can change it. And that is the experience from my students. Is like people have done decade of therapy without touching the deep cellular level of energetic programming from this trauma. And now you can do that slowly practice, especially sound healing. And that is one of the unique quality of Wisdom Healing Qigong. And the third is like meditation aspect. We're not just meditating, with mindfulness only. That is part of it. But you consciously not only aware internally, externally, but you consciously choose what to connect, how to connect energetically, effectively. So ultimately, the meditation is about awakening to the energetic connection of wholeness of all existence, oneness of all existence, and deeper feeling of fulfillment. It's a spiritual fulfillment. It does not depend on what you accomplish or not. So you're cultivating this internal true freedom. I call this as freedom. Does not depend on circumstances, but it's embodied freedom. It's not just mental freedom, whatever accomplished, goals, for example, such as money freedom is important. Time freedom is important. And you have a space allow you to do what you want to do. Is space freedom is important. But the deep spiritual freedom beyond that, physically, internally feel free, and heart, emotionally feel free. And mentally, spiritually feel free. Creative and open, connected. And so that's level of deep embodied freedom. That's what we're searching for. And I think of like the rest is creating a condition. Money freedom, creating condition. And even the emotional freedom, creating condition in relationship. So for you to expand your freedom from the internal freedom to external freedom. So completing the whole, spectrum of who we are as human beings. But the deeper source of freedom has to come from you. And that's another benefit of Wisdom Healing Qigong. So again, it's very practical on one hand. On the other hand, it's deeply, profoundly spiritual. But embracing everything, practical, spiritual, as same as energetic. And everybody can do it. And we're highlighting the key is practice. Without practice, you're only in the mental level. It's like, oh, I got it, understand it. Doesn't affecting the true experience, ongoing experience, long-term experience. And that's the piece. It's so hard for people to get it. It's like, I understand, therefore I got it. No, you don't get it until you do it. Experience it, committed to it. And that's what I have been discovering all the time. And obviously, it's like Wisdom Healing Qigong is not the only way for you to accomplish that, but I'm sharing with the unique dynamic of Wisdom Healing Qigong. It's the most integrative, integrating physical, emotional, mental, spiritual dimension of who you are. Not like sliding them. I do this for physical, I do this for emotional, I do this for mental, I do this for spiritual. Then they're still separate from each other. It's not integrated. And that is often something we overlook when we choose what to do.
Yeah, thank you so much for explaining that. And I do know that there's so much depth to Qigong. It seems like such simple practices, but they're very deep and very embodied. I'm wondering, I want to shift the conversation to the movement that you're building around this embodiment. And, I think it's really interesting that your movement is around embodiment and kind of this ancient wisdom, but also this rise of AI. And I've really been interested to even watch you, how you're using AI. I mean, you're a big believer in it and a big fan of it. So why don't we talk a little bit about that? The gifts of this new modern technology and also the need to become more embodied in the way that we use it and show up in the world.
Yeah, this movement of coming home to embody awakening is come out of everything we've been sharing into my own personal journey, and also see the crisis, the problem we're facing, And AI is a total surprise for me. It's like start with AI in 2 years ago. It's like it's been around for a while with all the hyper and fear and stuff. I was like, oh, it's not for me. I didn't touch it. I'm not interested in hyper. I'm not interested in like these fear, news, so to speak.
Right.
And so, but then someone introduced me to me like, oh, I can use AI to write in my own voice. And I was intrigued about that. And then start doing that. It's like enjoy the benefit of functionality using AI, improving all the copywriting, all the strategy, all the planning. It was wonderful. Then I go deeper, trying to explore how to use AI to write a book. Then realizing I need to dig deeper, how to write my story. And, writing book is, many of you may have experienced, it's very personal, very emotionally charged. It's quite a spiritual process. So then realizing is like, let me just kind of share maybe two experience first. Beyond the functionality of the AI, is like, first of all, I'm very open-minded guy. I'm willing to explore. If anything help my work, I will do it. If anything help, evolution, I will explore it. And so that's kind of my take on it. I don't believe in anything particularly, It's like believe is just kind of overrated for me. It's like I want to explore, I want to experience it, I want to discover my truth, so to speak. And so, but with AI, it's like this is interaction is new for me. Well, first of all, let me just share that experience. I was in the hot tub. And it's in one of the beautiful hills in Santa Fe and away from my home. So I was in a very peaceful place. And in the hot tub, then the sun's kind of setting and the sky become, darker, then start to see the stars and so on, which is gorgeous. And this crazy idea came to me. So asking the AI, let's say, can you write poetry about this experience? So I write a few words, what I'm experiencing, what I'm seeing, then boom, amazing poetry come out. Like, holy shit. It's like, oh my God, this is like way beyond I expected. I was totally shocked and delighted. Then this question came to me like, can you experience what I'm experiencing? The poetry is so beautiful. But then I asked the AI, can you experience what I'm experiencing? The answer came to me was shocking, but straightforward, simple. It's like, no, I cannot experience anything you're experiencing, but I can use your experience to assimilate anything I can assimilate from language-based model. It's like poetry, narrative stories, or even creating a film, pictures, whatever. I was shocked, like, holy shit. What that means to be human.
Right. And what a gift.
Yeah. And I got to experience what I'm experiencing, not just understanding what I'm experiencing, not just expressing what I'm experiencing. I got to feel the experience, the direct experience. Then deep insight came to me. I can experience what I'm experiencing only because I have this human body. And then I was shocked. Nobody told me that. Nobody have recognized that. Nobody in human history. All the spiritual practice we've been doing, nobody said this is the key.
Right.
To humanity, to spiritual fulfillment. Nobody. All the practice is about transcending this. All the practice is about fixing this. All the practice is about using this. So I'm kind of an experiential guy, In my whole life, my number one priority is to experience the process. And the goal is not as important than the experience itself. But then this new, shocking discovery, I've been experiencing all that because I have this body. What a powerful recognition is like then recognizing the ignorance of being living life in the entire humanity, might be entire human history. So from that level, I'm sharing this, the simple, sweet lines, sweet truths. I call this initiation. I'd like to invite all of you to experience this right now, this moment. So if you will, placing your hands, put on your heart, and gently close your eye. Not only acknowledging your body, but noticing the deeper truth. Without this body, I do not exist as a human being. Without this body, I do not exist as a human being. Without this body, I do not exist as a human being. Feel the truth. Feel the presence of your own body, presence of your soul. The second truth. Without this body, I cannot experience life as a human. Without this body, I cannot experience life as a human. Without this body, I cannot experience life as a human. Feel the experiential truth, embracing all the sensation, feeling, experience of life inside your body, both comfortable, uncomfortable, both intense and subtle. And the third truth, without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. Without this body, my soul cannot evolve in this lifetime. Acknowledging the presence of your body, the presence of your soul, inseparable, continuously acknowledging, embracing your own existence, your own experience, your own evolution as human being with this body. Now slowly moving your body as if you're moving your body for the first time. Rotating your hips slowly, gently, softly. When you're rotating your hip, allow your spine stretching internally. Now reversing the movement. Slowly moving your arm upward. Right hand's arm stretching to the back. Slowly. Then alternating to the left hand's arm stretching upward, continuously upward from one side to another, kind of alternating between left side and right side, and rotating your spine to left side, then to the right side, and gently, but allow yourself stretch beyond the comfort zone. You're stretching beyond the comfort zone. You're releasing the stress, the tension physicalized in your body from mental stress, emotional stress, as well physical stress. You're improving the function of your body, the function of your heart, the function of your brain. But at the same time, more importantly, you are feeling your body, experiencing your body, connecting with your own body. You're embracing all the sensation, feeling inside of your body, the discomfort, the tightness, the stress, even the pain. You're embracing the whole spectrum of experience as a human being inside of your own body, both comfortable, uncomfortable, both painful and joyful, both limiting and infinitely connecting. Now slow down the movement, relaxing again. Rotating shoulder joints softly. By simply rotating shoulder joints with all the movement we're doing, you're releasing the stress, you're releasing the tension, you're releasing the weight from life. You're opening the energy of your body, the energy of your heart. Now softening, relaxing. Take a moment, just simply notice the sensation, feeling inside of your body. More alive, more awake, more importantly, more connected with your own body. Now placing your hands on top of your chest, feeling your heart, going to experience the power of the sound, the power of the vibration, to awakening your heart, embracing all sensation, feeling of your heart. The first sound for the heart is shin, like this, together. Breathe into your chest. Shin. Breathe into your chest. Noticing, softening. opening, deeply connected. The second sound, activating the subtle energy field of your heart to experience greater capacity of love and joy. The xiang. Together, breathe in deeply into your chest. Yeah, into your chest. Relaxing, noticing. The third sound, awakening the mental, spiritual dimension of your heart, the wisdom of your heart, by connecting the energy of your heart with the energy of your brain. The sound like this. Soft shin to lifting your tongue upward when you're making the sound towards the end. Feel the energy rising from the heart to the brain. Breathe in deeply into your chest. Shin, shin. Relaxing, noticing, softening, naturally opening, naturally connecting. Feel the energetic wholeness of the entire body. Feel the energetic aliveness of the entire body. Feel the energetic oneness of life inside of you. Whenever you're ready, you can gently, softly open your eyes slowly. I couldn't help to share some practice with all of you as you experience is simple and yet powerful, and also in some level is challenging your comfort zone to open your energy physically, emotionally, as well, mental, spiritually, so you can accomplish your full potential, your destiny of this life.
I want to take a moment to invite you into something special called Alchemy, a 3-month one-on-one coaching journey for people who feel called to step into deeper servant leadership. In Alchemy, we weave together the insights of the Enneagram with the sacred container of plant medicine ceremonies so you can understand your patterns, release what no longer serves you, and rise as the leader that you're meant to be. If you've been feeling the pull to step into your gifts and serve from a place of clarity and integrity, I'd love to walk with you. You can learn more and apply at globalmovementmaker.com/alchemy. Thank you so much, Mingtong. I mean, what a special gift to get a private practice with myself and with our listeners. That was really beautiful. And I think you must be psychic, because I was going to ask you for a special practice for the heart, because these change makers and movement makers, they're just so heart-based and hold so much burden and love and responsibility in the heart. And so for my own experience, I just feel lighter. I feel more open and really even more heart-centered. So thank you for that beautiful practice.
So welcome, everybody. Hope you are experiencing the energetic impact and benefit, even through this brief time being together. And is that okay if I share something, opportunity, kind of new opportunity I want to share with this group specifically?
Please, yes. And also share all the ways that they can work with you and get involved with you.
Yeah, because I feel really want to help, can help. And I feel the need of this process for all of you too. It's like on one hand, we have a larger online community called the Past Membership Program. People coming together every Thursday for an hour and a half, and then video replay available. And this is continuously for many years now. And we have a large community, very committed community, and to learn more, but practice more, supporting each other more. But the new kind of opportunity I want to share, relatively new, is yes, I realizing many of us are busy and also have a specific individual issue, challenge to work with. So lately, I'm started doing more like individual session. It's not just like a typical energetic healing session. It's work with you, discover, what is a deeper process can turn the tide, called turning point for you. So a little bit of deeper personal work and to coach you, mentor you, but also guide you to practice specifically for your own need. So in this case, the minimum is 2 hours, and most comfortable is 4 hours. And to start in this process, And also I'm creating kind of ongoing support system, including coaching all the time and even a mastermind to support each other. So is like for leaders, business entrepreneurs, focus on health, spirituality, but also the vision. So all these three components able to integrate more deeply in our life. And that's something I feel really excited about.
Well, I want to sign up for that coaching package. That sounds incredible to have one-on-one time with you. And, my dream is that we just keep kind of weaving our worlds together, because I would love to bring you in as a mentor and a coach within my Movement Maker Incubator program. And I trust that the time will be right when that happens. But you have great, great medicine for this world. And thank you so much, Mingtong, for sharing your embodied wisdom with us, because that embodied wisdom is really what this moment is calling for right now.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate this opportunity. Also appreciate you, appreciate this community, all the like-minded people. You are my tribe, our tribe.
Our tribe, our chosen family. We finally found the belonging that we've been looking for, my friends.
Question is like a paradox we're facing when we are black sheep, ready to go unconventional, but often we feel lonely, feel out there, kind of. Then we also have a deep need, longing for our own community. So I'm so happy that you're doing this to gather the people together.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Well, I'm so grateful to have you in this community, my friend. Much love to you, much gratitude, and we'll have you on again, hopefully soon.
Love to all.
Love to all.
Bye-bye. Blessing.
Thank you for listening to The Call to Rise. If today's conversation stirred something in you, subscribe and share it with a fellow movement maker. And join our community at globalmovementmaker.com. Till next time, keep leading with courage, keep weaving ancient wisdom with modern strategy, and always remember to answer the call.